Hello consumers. Today we need to discuss something about protection to rural consumers. When 75% of the population lives in rural areas, if we cannot protect their interests, then where is the consumer protection? It becomes abysmally low, and the consumer protection will be provided only to the 25% of the people who are living in urban areas. Urban area consumers are more informed than the rural consumers. Rural consumers do not get any kind of information, any kind of knowledge. They live in their own way. And majority of the rural consumers are farmers. Today, every one of us know pretty well the plight of a farmer. He is not getting good quality fertilizers, pesticides, seeds, and so on and so forth. Ultimately, when he is not in a position to get good output from the fields, he will be losing. So this particular farmer consumer requires protection, and there are other consumers who are keeping away from the urban areas. They are not much inclined to protect their interests because they don't know what kind of problems they are facing. They don't even know that they are cheated. Such kind of consumers are to be protected somehow or the other. And the villages are the places where the fake goods, the substandard goods, expired medicines are put to sale. And they don't suspect anything, just they purchase them and use them. If you make a study, you will definitely find out of more than 6 lakh of villages in the country, only in 2 digits you find consumer organizations. So this is time for every one of us, including the urbanites, to protect the interests of the villagers. How we can do it? Even if you educate them and make them to file a complaint, they don't have any government office even at their place who are really protecting the interests of the consumers. And panchayats are not evincing any kind of interest for consumer protection. If the local government takes care of it, definitely consumer is empowered without any kind of difficulty. But those who are in panchayats, they are not well aware how to protect the consumers. Though they know pretty well that consumers are cheated in villages in different ways. Simply they think that it is not their responsibility. The whole problem comes because of the lethargy of the local government. So the first thing the villages should do is to form a voluntary consumer organization in their village. If every village forms a consumer organization, there will be a drastic change in the present situation. The unscrupulous business people would be feared to enter into those villages to cheat the consumers. So to empower the consumer, there is need for voluntary consumer organization in that particular village, not for a group of villages also. Every village must have one consumer organization. Frequently, the urban consumer organizations visit these villages and try to give them the consumer awareness. That is more important. Like adult education, which is going on even today, there they can mix some topics of consumer awareness, or request somebody from a known person or a teacher to explain how consumers are cheated. When once they become aware, they are empowered. There is nothing wrong. In addition to voluntary consumer organizations, a farmers' union can also be set up in villages, because in my opinion, they are the worst lot to face all kinds of frauds. Defective seeds, substandard fertilizers, and fake pesticides. The total crop is ruined. Finally, he ends his life. So let the farmers become a group which can resist substandard quality of fertilizers, pesticides and seeds, and even boycott those sellers. Anyway, farmers have got some organizations to water and some other aspects. So the same union or the same association or the same committee can extend its activities to educate fellow farmers. Farmer in the sense not only the landowner, I include the tenant or even the farm labor. Then only the awareness spreads fast to each and every one in the village. More importantly, the consumer organizations formed in the village or the farmers organizations formed in the village must always interact with the local government, that is panchayat sarpanch or the panchayat secretary, explain their problems to him and make the people at the higher echelon of the government to understand the difficulties of these people. If I cite an example, villages are not given bills for the goods purchased in their villages. Most of the villages are experiencing the same thing. The traders are not giving them any bill. Without bill, they cannot tap the doors of the consumer court. Bill is the only evidence to show that he is the consumer for that particular trader. So these are power supply, erratic power supply. That also is a big problem in villages. To end all these menaces, consumer awareness is the key. Thank you.
ఈ కార్యక్రమం మీకు ఎంతో నచ్చింది కదా? ఇటువంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోల కోసం డాక్టర్ సమరం మల్టీ ఛానల్ నెట్వర్క్ సమర్పించు గోరా వినియోగి ఛానల్ కు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. అలాగే ప్రక్కనున్న గంట సింబల్ ని ప్రెస్ చేయడం మర్చిపోకండి.
Please download Samaram multi-channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.